Section 3.2, example 4, finding the domain of a function with an even root. Find the domain of the function f of x is equal to the square root of 7 minus x. So domain, there were two places where we would have domain errors, and that would be in radical functions and rational functions. Do we have a square root or do we have a fraction? So here we have a square root, and the problem here is that we don't want negative values inside of the square root. So here, the one way that we could determine a negative value from a positive value is by looking at the number 0. Anything to the left of 0 is going to be negative. Anything to the right of 0 is going to be positive. So from there, we say that we want all of these numbers to be greater than or equal to 0. Remember, 0 squared is still going to give us a value. So 0 times 0 is going to give us 0. So it's okay to have zeros in that radical. So from here, we say that any number 7 minus x should be greater than or equal to 0. And we could subtract 7 from both sides. We're going to get x by itself. And after finishing I believe it was 2.7, we're pretty much experts at figuring out what the solutions are for inequalities. We're going to multiply both sides by that -1 to get x by itself, but because we multiply by a negative number, we now have to change the direction of the sign. So instead of negative x being greater than or equal to -7, we have positive x is now less than or equal to +7. Could graph this just to give us a better idea of what values we're going to put in our interval notation. There we go. Brain fart. Okay. Interval notation. We're going to graph it. So x less than or equal to +7. So we're looking at all numbers smaller than +7. So from here, close circle because we have less than or equal to. Numbers smaller than +7 are going to be numbers to the left of +7. And from here, we could throw this in our interval notation. So the leftmost value is going to be this right here, telling us that we go forever to the left. So in our interval notation, we have -infinity. And from our -infinity, let's see where we stop. We stop right here at 7. So 7, and is it going to be a bracket or parentheses? So we have a closed circle because we have less than or equal to. Closed circle tells us that we're including that point, so we use bracket. And that's it. From here, our domain is going to be from -infinity up to 7, including 7. And that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, bye.